Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing two looks with two palettes, the Sweet Nothings and the Norvina palette. I have got one look with each of these and swatches up on my channel, so I'll link both of those up in the iCards. And this ABH one is already like totally disgusting with shadow. That's the one downfall of these. Oh, my pretty purple palette is gross. Alright, anyways, getting back to this introduction. So when I got these palettes, I thought that they'd be really good palettes to pair together. So I wanted to do a two palettes with these. I did do one neutral look and this look that I'm wearing right now, a pinky purple look, because I wanted to show you the versatility that you can get with these palettes as well. At the end, I'm just going to have a little summary of what I thought of using these two palettes together, whether I think both of them are necessary to have in your collection, and then I went ahead and swatched some of the shades that I think are pretty similar to each other. So that'll be after the two looks. This will be the second look that I do. The first one will be the neutral look. The Norvina palette is $42 and the Sweet Nothings palette I believe was $16. I got both of these with rewards points, with my Ulta rewards points, so I got both of them for free, which is always really nice. And I think I forgot to say at the end of the video, this is a little sneak peek into my thoughts. I'm very, very, very pleased that I have this palette. I would have paid for this palette. So happy I have it. Let's go ahead and get into look number one, and I hope you enjoy the looks. So for the first look, I'm going to use some of these we're going to do a more neutral look from these shades in here. So I'm not exactly sure which shades I'm going to use, but I'm going to use the neutral shades for this first look. So I think I'm going to start with, for the crease color, I definitely need to go to the Norvina palette. I'm going to start with Incense right here, and that is going to be kind of like the transition, and Incense is going to be our transition color. Might actually use a brow bone highlight today. I've just got that kind of laid down, not being too neat with it or anything. And then I'm not sure that I'm going to do a crease color today. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, so Passion's kind of a purpley brown, but then we've also got this brown shade from the Colourpop one. I think I'm going to use the one from the Norvina palette, Passion, and it's this very out one here, and what I'm going to do with it is it's going to be the crease color and the outer V color. Well, the outer crease color. So I'm not going to pull it all the way into the crease. I just want it on the outside and on the outer V area. I want a mid-tone matte. Okay, so I'm struggling with using this Colourpop one. It doesn't have a lot of neutral shades in the tones that I want. So I'll use the neutral shimmers from that one. And then I think I'm going to take Eccentric right here, and that is going to go on the center part of my lid. So I'm just going to take a flat shader brush, and that is just going to go on the center part and on the center part of the crease. And then also kind of blending it in with that outer V shade. And then for this is going to be a super easy, quick look. I don't do neutrals very often, so I'm not used to how quick they can be. So I'm going to take this very little flat brush, and I'm going to take, oh my gosh, and I'm going to take, what is this, Out of Luck from the Colourpop palette, and I'm going to, first I'm going to pop this right on the brow bone. I like to do a brow bone matte highlight when I'm doing a neutral look. And then I'm also going to put this in the inner corner some. I really want this inner third to be brightened, but I am also going to put some shimmer on there as well. And then the last thing I'm going to take is, let's see, probably this one. This is, it is so hard to read with this gold on here, 1111. So that's that shimmer there. These Colourpop shimmers are gorgeous. To be quite honest, this is a look you probably could have done if you have just the Norvina palette. You could use this base color and this shade to complete this look. I have to tell you, I've been using this Colourpop, both of these palettes, quite a bit. I'm not sure that this Colourpop one is necessary. I'm just, like, it's a very hard palette to stand alone, first of all, because you don't have good transition and crease shades in there. You've got the very light base shade, and then you've got very deep mattes. You don't have an in-between matte, which I don't like. In a palette, I actually have a issue with both of these palettes that they don't have a good purple crease shade. I'm getting too into the purple ones. I thought this was going to be a really good purple shade, but when you wear it, it ends up being, I mean, you can use it in the crease, but it gets a little bit muddied looking in the crease area. I'm not mad that I have this palette. I'm glad that I have this palette, but I don't know that I need this Colourpop one, Sweet Nothings. I'm not sure that it adds a whole lot to my collection, but I'll keep using it and give you guys a more updated review on that. So I'm going to take, I just have a little concealer brush, and I got 1111 from the Colourpop palette, and I'm going to pop this. I want it in the inner corner, and then coming up onto that very inner part of the lid. And then I'm just going to kind of, without adding anything, just kind of blend that right into that middle brown shade. But I do want to pop more of this in here. I am loving how that looks so far. This Eccentric was a shade that a lot of people said they would replace in this palette. I love this shade. It is very unique to other things that I own. For the lower lash line, I'm going to take a pencil brush, and we are going to take Eccentric, and it's going to go along the entire lower lash line. Then I am going to take Popular Demand. This shade is a little bit lighter, but similar to this shade. I've got them swatched on my hand so you can see. So this is Popular Demand, and this is Passion. So I'm going to take Popular Demand, and that one's just going to go right on the outer corner of the lower lash line. Now I'm going to go back in with a fluffy brush, just real gently with, what shade did I use? Incense from the ABH palette. Just right here to make sure these are all blended. And then I'm just going to do some liner and mascara. And then I'm going to put some lashes on, pick out a lipstick. So I'm going to be back with liner and mascara. Here is the final look. I am liking this eye. I know I don't do a lot of neutrals here on this channel, but I do like to show the versatility of a palette, and I do like to wear a neutral every once in a while. So here is the look with mascara and liner. I put on BFF in the Lippy from Colourpop along with the Strictly Vinyl Sugar Mama. I think this may be going in my favorites for 2018 Lippies. I love this color. It is a bit of a sticky but very glossy formula. Oh dear, that was a lot on my teeth. So I am going to go ahead and put on my lashes and then be back to show you guys the look. Back with lashes, I use the Ardell 110s from the Natural Variety pack. I am up to 15 uses out of this pack. I need to look up and see what the price is, but so far I think I'm doing really good with this pack in my quest to see how many uses I can get out of it. So here is the final look with our natural look from the two palettes. And let's move on to the purple look. So for the purpley pink look, I definitely want to do a cut crease with this. I have been really excited to do a cut crease with these two palettes since I got them, but I have been waiting to film it. So for sure, I don't even know for sure. I think for sure I'm going to do both the purple, you can't even see this, the purple and pink shimmers from here for the cut crease part. And then the rest I don't know for sure what I'm going to do. I think I may start out with pink in the transition area here. So I'm just taking a little fluffy blending brush. This is the Alamar Cosmetics one that I got in my BoxyCharm box. I do really enjoy these brushes. And this is just going to be the transition shade. This is really pretty. The purple one I don't enjoy as much as I thought I was, and that was like part of the purpose for purchasing the palette. But I don't know, it's a little more muddy than it is lavender, I think. This pink one's really pretty though. So today, the day I'm filming this, is Christmas Eve. And I have to go out and battle the traffic of Christmas Eve. Because every year I say I'm not going to wait till Christmas Eve to purchase, like finishing purchasing things. And every year I wait till Christmas Eve. So that's what I'm going to be doing after I finish up here. But I only have a couple hours because then we have Christmas Eve service. So this this eyebrow is a little lower set than this one. So I always pull this shade up a little more to bring some more height to the lid so it doesn't look so much like it's lower than this eye, if that makes any sense. Now we're going to move on to the crease shade. I think for the crease shade I'm going to take this purple color, which is Tulle, in the Colourpop Sweet Nothings palette. I want to find my Wet n Wild one. I washed my brushes, big mistake, because now I don't know where they are. I have to wash my eye brushes in 3 rotations because I dry them on the drying rack where you hang them upside down, and I don't have room to wash all of them at the same time. So the washed ones get put in one bin, one little container, and then the unwashed ones get put in another one. And now that they're all washed, I can't find the brushes that I want. Alright, got it. This is the Wet n Wild P15, and it's just a little pinched blending brush. I really, really like this one for the crease. I'm just gonna pat in here. This is interesting because it's actually a bit of a deeper color, but it's really just deepening this up slightly. And since I am gonna be cutting it, I want this to go a little bit above the crease. Still, so I've got some transition color showing, but I want this color to show when I cut that crease as well. So now that I'm done with the crease, I am going to deepen up the outer V. I think I'm going to do a mixture of, is this thing mousse? Mousse right here. Mousse like dessert mousse, I think, not mousse. And then Drama, which is right here. This one's a little shimmery. I'm going to show you them. So I'm going to lay this one down first, and then I'm just going to kind of pop some of this over it on the outer V area, and then we're going to go in and cut the crease. So let me find a little tiny fluffy brush. I've got my Morphe M507, and I'm going to go in with that mousse color. Deepen up here a little bit. So this is a matte shade, and then the other one is that shimmer shade. You know what? Maybe I'll keep this part matte and use the shimmer shade on the lower lash line. Or I may use it where the shimmer and matte meet. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to stick with mousse for right now. And I'm just bringing it a little bit in the crease to blend that together. Now we're ready for the cut crease. I have to say, ABH palettes are some of my favorite palettes, like the standard ones that have got the shimmer row and the matte row. They're some of my favorite palettes to do any kind of cut crease with, whether it's a halo eye, a half cut crease, because they just have like a perfect gradient of shades that makes it really pretty. I really like to do them with these palettes. So for concealer, I've got my little lip brush, and then for my shimmer shades, I've got my 2 Morphe detailing brushes. So I've got my Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This one is perfect for cut creases because it's very opaque. And this is just going to be a standard half cut crease. You may pull it a little bit. I'm just going to kind of pat along where they meet. I'm not too worried about that today because I'm going to go back in with that Drama shade to pat that together where they meet. So it's going to help it just to kind of blend seamlessly together. I'm going to start with Wild Child. This is going to go on the inner corner. And then Celestial, which is the purple one, is going to go in the center of the lid. Alright, so this shade, just zoomed you guys in a little bit so you can see better. It's going to cover about half of the concealer that we put down. Actually, I want it to go a little farther. A little bit past halfway across my lid. And then the purple shade, which is Celestial here, is going to cover the rest of that concealer, and then Drama's going to meet them, marry them together. Yeah, so today I have to go like all around town. That's my ADD storytelling. I'm back to the Christmas shopping I have to do today. So I've got to go to restaurants, I've got to go to a grocery store, I have got to go to the mall. It is going to be a lot. So I'm trying to get out of the house, like close to when things open, so I can get stuff done. Okay, right now those don't look like they married together, but they are going to when we complete the whole look. I'm going to start by taking that brush that I had Celestial on, which is the purple shade, and just kind of pulling across there. So you can see that that already is starting to blend together. And then I'm going to take the pink shade and just tap on that line as well. Okay, so you could see that those have become seamless now. Now for this outer part right here, we're going to go in with Drama, which is this shade right here. And I'm going to take that on my pinky because it's just a tinier portion right here. And then those, I'm just going to tap right there where Celestial and my matte shade meet. Those are starting to blend. I still don't completely like how that looks. So I'm going to go in with Celestial, pull it across this way. And then I'm going to go in with Drama and pull a little this way. I'm going to go back in with my tiny little blending brush and take Mousse from the Colourpop palette and then just blend together there on the outer V. So then you can see like they all just blend seamlessly together. Now I need a very tiny brush. I'm going to take this one. I got this from Coastal Scents. It's in my, is that up yet? Yeah, it should be up. My Coastal Scents Black Friday haul. And I could not tell you what it is. Oh, BRCS53. I'm going to take Mousse, that outer V deep color from the Sweet Nothings palette, and just very carefully, no, I can't do this while I'm talking, so I'm going to tell you first. Create the line right here over the shimmer shade. So it's just going to give it a bit of a shadow effect, but also really cut that out, cut that crease good. I'm going to go ahead and do my other eye, and then we'll do the lower lash line, liner, and mascara. Now that both eyes are done, we're going to go ahead and do the lower lash line. So like I said, I want to take Drama, and I think I'm going to take it on a little smudger brush. So Drama is the shade from the ABH palette. It is this really deep metallic shade, and I'm going to pull that just about, I think about halfway through there. And then I think for the remainder of the lower lash line, I'm going to take this purple shade from the Sweet Nothings palette. It's like a really pretty purpley shimmer shade. And that's just gonna go in the rest. For the waterline, I want to use my LA Girl, I can never remember what this is called, Paradise Purple. This is, it's a deep purple color, but it also has a little metallic in it. For the inner corner highlight, I'm going to take this shade Cannelé right here and just pop that right in the inner corner. I'm going to go ahead and put on some liner and mascara and be back to show you how it looks. Back with liner and mascara, I put on MAC Velvet Teddy in the matte formula. I feel like this is just a really pretty pinky nude that goes good with a really pretty girly eye look, so that's what I chose for today. I am going to go ahead and put on some lashes and be back with the final look and then kind of my thoughts on using these two palettes together. Okay, I'm back with lashes and yikes. So I just put on the Tarteist Pro, what are these, little black dress lashes. And I'm hoping that after some, like a couple uses, they'll get the shape of my eye, because I have never had such a difficult time putting on lashes. It was like I'd put one side down, the other side pop up. I put one side down, I mean, it just kept on popping up. That never happens to me, so I'm hoping that the band kind of like starts to conform to my eye shape and does not act like that, because they're really pretty. They're kind of a more natural looking kind of lash, which I really enjoy, so I hope that they end up getting better. So now I just kind of want to take you through my experience of using these two palettes together. I kind of surprised myself in the fact that I'm not sure how necessary this palette is if you have the Norvina palette. I thought I was going to like it because it had a couple more purple tones to it, but honestly, if I look at the purple tones, okay, so we've got this kind of purpley tone right here, but it has this like micro glitter in it, so it's not a matte or a shimmer. So I could do without that one. This one is really pretty, and then you've got the deeper one. So I really want like a more mid-tone or lighter matte purple shade, which neither of these palettes gives you. And a lot of them are very similar. I'm going to go ahead and go through swatching some of the ones that I think are kind of similar. But honestly, overall, I would say that if you have the Norvina palette, I don't think you need the Sweet Nothings palette. Now, if you don't want to splurge on the Norvina palette, this palette is good quality, and it's got some beautiful shades in there. For what I was looking for, though, I'm not sure that I need it in my collection. The Sweet Nothings has Out of Luck, and the ABH has Bare, so these are both very similar cream shades. And then they both have got this lighter shimmer shade. So the top one is 1111 from the Sweet Nothings, and the bottom one is Dreamer from the ABH palette. Then they both have this kind of gold shimmer. So from Sweet Nothings it's 20 something, and from ABH it's Summer. The ABH one's on the top, so you get a gold shade from both of these palettes. Celestial from ABH, and On the Rise from the Sweet Nothings. The ABH is on the top, so you've got kind of like a purple shimmer shade in both of them. And I would say a mid-tone purple shimmer shade in both of them. Popular Demand from the Colourpop one, Passion from the ABH one, have a similar undertone. The ABH one is deeper. This is Popular Demand from the Sweet Nothings palette. So they have a similar tone. And then you've also got Eccentric from the ABH one that also kind of goes along with that same tone to it. So you can see why I'm kind of thinking if you have the Norvina palette, you don't really need the Sweet Nothings palette. Let's see what else we have that's similar in here. You've got Once Upon a Star in the Sweet Nothings and Rose Gold in the ABH. So they're just both a rose gold tone. Let's see, this one is from the ABH. I actually like the Sweet Nothings one better in terms of a rose gold. They're both beautiful though. In terms of a pinky shimmer, from the ABH palette you've got Wild Child, and from the Sweet Nothings palette you've got Come and Get It. Come and Get It is kind of a pink gold duochrome. I would say that those are the shades that really compare to each other. So the one thing that you're getting from the ABH that you're not getting from the Sweet Nothings palette is more transition and crease colors. You don't really have good transition and crease colors in that Sweet Nothings palette, because you only got that light base shade, and then you've got this one that would be a great crease shade if there wasn't glitter built into it. So while this is a beautiful palette and I do love it, I think that it's not necessary if you have this one. And I think it's hard to get complete looks out of it. I do have one complete look with it that I linked up in the iCards if you want to check that out. I may end up doing another video because I've also got a complete look with this up. I may do one more video with one look each from each palette, but that's kind of where I am right now with this. I like that this has something a little more opaque and deeper that you can deepen up the outer V with, but honestly, Passion and Drama would work fine for the outer V if you don't mind having a little bit of shimmer in the outer V area, or you could just use Passion. So those are kind of my overall thoughts on using these palettes together. I felt like I kind of had to strain to use the Sweet Nothings palette, or I could have just used a shade from the ABH palette with these two looks that I did. But I do love how both looks came out. I think that they look beautiful. I especially love this cut crease with them. So this is my two looks, two palettes with the ABH and Sweet Nothings palette. I hope that you enjoyed them. Let me know if you want to see other looks with these palettes, or what specific kinds of looks you want to see with them. Hope you guys have an amazing day. Please subscribe before you leave, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!